Hello and welcome. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at the Atrophos. So the Atrophos is the next ship in my cruiser series, and that means that this is a Class B combat ship. Um, so all of my cruisers are late game combat ships. There's no restrictions on starship design, so I'm using all the best equipment that I can. Additionally, um, they are limited to Class B, which means that in general, most of the time I'm running the Mag Inertial 104DS because that is, well, one of the best reactors in the game. How about that? Beyond that, my cruisers have the following limitations. They have a minimum crew capacity of 6, minimum of 8 beds, and then they have to have a cargo hold, an armory, and an infirmary. Anything beyond that is basically a bonus. Additionally, I want them to carry at least 2,000 cargo and 500 fuel. This ship exceeds that cargo requirement quite significantly, has more fuel, and does all of that while still maintaining a high mobility. So let's go ahead, pop on in, take a tour, and then I will show you how it's built, and we will give it a test run out in Serpentis. So you can see as we board, we are entering into the Deimos landing bay. And then we are entering into a Stroud armory. Straight ahead, you can see the Stroud infirmary with our Hope 11 Docker right in front of it. Moving back here, you can see we have a companionway. Before we go investigate back there, let's drop down here into this companionway. On this side, we have one of my favorite habs, the 3x2 Nova Galactic Mess Hall, which I enjoyed because not only is it the mess hall for the crew to all eat at, but it's also a general relaxation area as well for the crew. On the opposite side, you can see that I have a Hope Tech 3x2 cargo hall. And then we hop up and come into this companionway. On each side, we have a Nova cross passage leading into a companionway. You could also make these storerooms if you want. I don't actually know the difference. On this side, we have, looks like this is a Deimos 2x2 computer core. Coming on over to the other side, in our other companionway, we enter into the Deimos 2x2 engineering bay. I will note that this is the only engineering bay that is a 2x2. All the rest of them are 3x1s. So I think it's kind of interesting to stick on a few ships. It also increases the crew capacity of your ship. Then I'm going to go up one level, and we have another companionway here with doors on literally every side. Moving forwards first, we find ourselves in the Tayo Captain's Quarters. We also find that this is basically the living level, because over here we have a Stroud all-in-one with 4 beds, a Tayo all-in-one with another 4 beds, and then another Stroud 2x1 all-in-one with another 4 beds, for a total of 13 beds on this ship. Coming up the ladder, without using it of course, because who would do that, we have a Kontiki bridge. Not quite as fond of the Kontiki as I am of the Ares bridge, but it's probably my second favorite. I like how big and roomy it is, and at least with this one you are centered in the middle of the bridge instead of offset like the Ares is. Alrighty, so that is the tour of the ship. Let's go ahead and see how it's built. Alright, so step one is, as always, getting our colors in our palette. We've got gray, basically the same gray, and a teal blue. Alright, colors in our palette. Let's go ahead, select all, and delete. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and grab that landing bay. And then we are going to come on down to the Stroud. And we are going to go ahead and grab that Stroud armory. And we're going to copy that armory and turn it into an infirmary. Off the back of this armory, I'm going to go ahead and grab a Stroud companionway. On the underneath of this armory, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Tayo bottom B companionway. On looking at it from the front, the left side, or starboard side, I'm going to go ahead and select the Nova Galactic 3x2 mess hall. The port side, I'm going to go ahead and select whatever your favorite 3x2 cargo hall is. Here I just used HopeTech. Then, off of this companionway, I'm going to go ahead and select the Nova Cross passages. And then I'm going to come on up to Deimos, and I'm going to go ahead, actually, before I do that, let me get the Tayo companionway top Bs. And let me also just stick one on top of this companionway as well. There we go. Now, on this side, I'm going to choose Deimos 2x2. And this one is going to go ahead and be that computer core. Copy it on over to this side and turn it into the engineering bay. Then, off the top companionway, I'm going to go ahead and select the Tayo Top A all-in-one, and then the Tayo Top A Captain's Quarters. And then here I'm going to go ahead and do the Stroud all-in-one B. And then here the Stroud all-in-one A. Next, off this companionway, I'm going to go ahead and select my cockpit. And then right here, I'm going to go ahead and grab that docker. And there we have it. That is all the habitable portions of this ship. Now, since I'm over here anyways, let's go ahead and grab my cargo. And for this ship, I am using 2 Galleon S204 cargo holds. They are placed underneath the exposed area on the Stroud all-in-ones. That is all the cargo for this ship. Next up, let's go ahead and grab our landing gear. So I have 4 Hope 6 landing gear. Arranged like so. And then on the back side here, I have 2 Pinpoint 4G landing gear. Next, since I'm looking at the bottom now, let me go ahead and grab my reactor and grav drive. So for my reactor, I am of course grabbing that 104DS. And then for the grav drive, I am going to go ahead and select the Aurora 12G. Basically, I need 30 grav jump thrust, and that gives me 28 light years jump range. Next up, let me go ahead and grab my engines. So for this ship, I am using 2 Dun 71 engines, one on each side of the reactor. Then directly behind the reactor, I'm using an SAE 5660, And then behind the grav drive, I'm using an SAE 5660. And that is all of my engines. So let's go ahead now and grab our fuel, and then we also need to grab our shield. So for fuel, in front of the cargo holds on each side, I am hiding an H-20 Atlas HE3 tank. Each of these produces 300 fuel, or stores 300 fuel. And the notable thing about them is that when I put them under a Stroud Cap B, they do not stick out anywhere. Whereas when I tested with the H30 or H40, you could barely see them sticking out. Next, on the side of one of the Galley S204s, it doesn't really matter which one, I'm going to stick my shield, which, because I am Class B, I am of course using the 2018 Defender Shield Generator. Alrighty then. Mission accomplished. Now it's time to get to the structural elements. So, first things first, I am on Deimos, so let me go ahead and grab my braking engines. Next up, a Deimos cowling, which I'm going to go ahead and place right there. I'm not making use of any Deimos spines or wings, so let's go ahead and come on down here. And I've got the Hope Tech Nose A's, and I am putting these on the front of my cargo hold and my mess hall. For the nose cap B's, I am placing 3 of them back here. And then I am also placing 2 of them flipped between the cargo hold and the cross passage. This does not actually interfere with the passage, but it makes this area look a little bit more filled out. And with all the other pieces in, there's a very small gap that you can kind of see into here from the front, but you can't see it into here from the back, which is why I'm not going to bother placing anything on this side. Then I'm going to copy that and flip that into place over here too. Alrighty. Next, let me go ahead and grab Stroud Cap A. And I have one that's flipped over the shield, and the other that's just placed next to this. Next up, we go ahead and grab these Stroud Nose Cap B's. I have 2 of these, and then I am flipping them into place over the fuel tanks. And now you can't see that. Next up, I actually need to pull off these Stroud Cap A's. Selecting just one, please. So that way I can go ahead and place my Hope Tech Cap A's. So the Cap A goes on like this, and then I flip this into place. And then flip that into place. And then up here, go ahead and put some more Cap A's. And then right back here, I'm going to go ahead and place Cap C's. And then we're going to come on down to the bottom side of this ship, and I do here have a pair of Deimos bellies. And I think that is everything, but let me go ahead and just scroll down the list really quick to see if there's anything I missed. I have a Nova Cowling. Did I have the Cowling there? Actually, I think I had the Cowling and the Deimos one mixed up. There. That looks more like it. Does it? Hmm. Well, I had them in one of these spots. I think it was like this. Could be wrong, but it's just aesthetics. You can go ahead and stick whatever you would like on. Alrighty. So, that means that all I need now is my weapons. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I picked up. So I stuck with Class B weaponry here, and I have 4 of the Disruptor 3320 neutron turrets. Next, I have 4 PBO 175 auto helion beams. And you can literally place these wherever you've got attachment points. And then finally, I have 3 Exterminator 95 auto helion beams. Alright, so let's assign those weapons. There we go. And finally, let's paint this ship. Alright, and there we have it. All finished, so let's go ahead and take it on out to Serpentis to see how it performs. Alright. Give full power to the engines. So, you may have noticed I did something a little odd with my weapons. I am fully powering the turrets. So these turrets are not auto weapons, which means that they have to fully recharge before they can get another shot off. So by fully powering them, I go ahead and maximize their damage output. And then I can rely on the fact that my other particle beams are auto weapons with magazines. Looks like I got 2 sets of hostile activity. And looks like I've got 3 targets. Whee! And there we go. And you can see that I managed to hit a couple of rocks in addition to my eventual targets. And somewhere around here, I have the loot from my ships. There we go. And the most important part of it, ship parts. There we go. Let's now go ahead and check out this hostile activity. Looks like I just have 2 ships. Whee! I have no idea why it does that sometimes, but it's at least funny. Alright, let's go ahead and see if anybody's willing to orbit Serpentis 2, or if I've permanently chased them off from that planet. And it's looking more like I permanently chased them off. And is in... Ooh, Crimson Fleet, okay. Well, that didn't take long. Alrighty. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it there. If you watched all the way to the end, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one.